According to the sun.co.uk, the CEO of a lingerie company called Coco de Mer has stated that she believes kids should be warned as early as the age of 8 about pornography and the ease of access to that, and as early as the age of 14 regarding the topic of masturbation. Her exact statement on this matter was the following. Quote, "The reality is kids are seeing and learning a lot from a very young age, either because they're going online or because they have an older brother or sister. So I think from the age of 8, knowing there is access to more sexually explicit content out there, it's teaching that it's an open conversation to be had and nothing should feel taboo." She also goes on to say a few more things here I want to talk about. Sex education is so often focused on negatives, how not to get pregnant or not to get an STI, or it's really basic like about periods and how to use tampons. Things have changed now. There are a lot of children today learning about sex through online porn, and they don't have the maturity to distinguish between fantasy and reality. She also says that it's leading to experiences which are not safe and are not pleasurable. She says pornography can be used in a healthy way in a healthy relationship, but it's not sex education at the end of the day. I, of course, disagree with that statement, but I want to talk about some of the other statements that she had, and I can respectfully disagree, and I can also agree, of course. I want to say that I completely agree with the first couple quotes from her that I stated regarding the reality of kids seeing and learning about the existence of porn and that age decreasing, because of the ease of access that we have to the internet today. So I I think that 8 is somewhat possible to be the age of someone that you can, at least try to get the message across that, hey, if you come across this type of thing on the computer, just stay away from it. It is no good. I also strongly agree that sex education is so often focused on, things basics, okay, like how not to get pregnant maybe, or not to get an STI, or periods and tampons. In my mind, those are basics that have been around for a long time, but I could be wrong here, but I don't know if we have seen discussion about pornography safety, or internet browsing safety and the existence of pornography and the integration of that into sex education classes. I haven't heard of that. I haven't seen it. I hope that is something at some point, because that will get the attention of lots of people. I strongly believe that. It only makes sense to me if you get the facts across. So for example, I was told about drugs, traditional drugs. I always call them traditional in the sense that they've been around for a while and whatnot. I was always told about them. I was also told, you know, from my dad to stay away, and why exactly to stay away from them. So I understand and I respected his opinion, or not his opinion, but his reasoning as to that. And so that, in addition to what I heard at school about drugs, just simply kept me away. I just knew they were bad. I knew they were bad. I had it in my mind that they were bad, so I didn't bother. I wasn't told that about porn. I did not hear that. So that is that was an entirely new realm that was very private to me, and I thought, okay, I'll just keep it to myself, and I'm not gonna. Nobody will know about this. There's not that many negative things, to come from this. It's just a little habit I have, but the truth of the matter is there's a lot of negative things that come from porn viewing. A lot of negatives, and I'm always happy to hear of people coming out and talking about this. This is a very powerful message also, not to I'm not trying to be biased, but it's coming from the CEO of a lingerie company. So that really says something. She understands the dangers of porn. That's very powerful, and that's a very powerful message. And strongly appreciate her comments on this topic. This definitely any sort of comments from people like in these higher positions are very discussion motivating. They can definitely get discussion going, and they can spread across the internet, and they can definitely make people think.